Let's look at John 15:6. What do we got? Oh, we got plenty of time. We'll keep going.
That's kind of a jump.
It's a big jump. So I say I knew we were going to be jumping around, but this is Jesus talking about the vines and the followers and the branches. 15:6 says, and I do have some amplified in that one, so be careful. If anyone does not remain in me, he is thrown out like a broken off branch and withers and dies. They gather such branches and throw them into the fire, and they are burned. It's all John the Baptist was doing. Jesus. You need Jesus. You got to have Jesus. He says, if we don't have Jesus, what does this sound like to you? I'm going to be thrown out. I'm going to be broken off. I'm going to be withered. I'm going to die. I'm going to be thrown into the fire. And I'm going to be burned. What does that sound like?
Not optimal destiny.
That sounds like hell to me.
Because John has the axe, that is going to... Axe is at the root of the tree, which is that similar idea. He's got the winnowing fork, which is a similar idea. You're going to keep the good and let the bad blow away. That's what you did with the winnowing fork. The bad, the chaff blew away, and you kept the actual wheat that was worth something. It's a unified message.
Yes. And it's just different visuals and different ways to the crowd that was standing in front of them. They were using scenarios. Speaking of the chaff, I got that down too. Wheat and chaff. The chaff was burnt, like you said. But when they harvested it, they had to work.
Yeah.
The wheat. They had to get the chaff out. You know what I'm saying? They threw it in the air and blow it away.
Right.
And then what didn't blow away into the pile over there, they had to pick up and burn because you had to discard it because the chaff would take who knows how long to rot, so it'd be there forever.
Couldn't eat it.
It was useless.
Yes.
But they had to go through the breaking of it to get to the wheat that they could use. And John was talking about that. This is what John the Baptist is saying. We've got to shake this system up. The Messiah is on the scene. Shake it up. We got to throw everybody up, let the chaff blow away.
With a mighty rushing wind?
Yeah. The Holy Spirit, wind, blowing away everything that we don't need. And it's fascinating to me. Then Jesus came. What time we got? 10 minutes? Yeah, let's do it. I know you're going to get mad at me. We're going back to Isaiah.
I don't have that many bookmarks.
This probably should be the last one because we got 10 minutes.
Bookmark. Where are we at?
Isaiah chapter 9. Okay, where are we going to start? Just the first two verses, it looks like, unless I keep reading and see it didn't make sense to me. Isaiah, and my title says, The Birth and the Reign of the Prince of Peace. So this is what Isaiah is talking about here. So this is a fascinating thing. I don't have any I got one little quotation, but I don't think it's going to affect you. Follow me. But there will be no more gloom for her who is in anguish. Well, I guess maybe it's a big quotation. For the judgment comes the promise of salvation. In early times, he treated the land, I'm not going to say these names right, so forgive me, Zebulun and the land of Naphtali with contempt. But later on, he will make them honored by the presence of the Messiah, by the way of the sea, on the other side of Jordan, Galilee of the Gentiles. He's setting this up. Gentiles are going to be accepted into this. The priest is going to be accepted into this. He's setting up. If you keep reading, he's talking about spiritual darkness, and there's going to be a great light. What is Jesus? I'm the light of the world. It's fascinating when you read some of this stuff. This is Old Testament prophet that 1,000 years or more before Christ even thought about coming on the scene. He thought about it because he knew when he was going to do it probably. But before they even acknowledged that the Messiah, they knew he was coming, they just didn't know when, are saying exactly what was going to happen. And I don't have time to talk about a lot of this, but read through this. Read through 2 and keep going through it. This is the place where Jesus' ministry is prophesied to begin to start happening, how they were looking at it. I got underlined at least Prince of Peace, Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God. I got some of that stuff